Hey Mason Nation, I'm Aylene Ilkson, head women's volleyball coach,
And I'm Jordan Glass, assistant coach
and this is Patriots Play.
with J and A.
This past weekend, we Patriots were lucky enough to score 2 wins over the George Washington Colonials for our first two A10 victories. Today, we're going to go back and watch some of the best plays from our team this weekend. I thought it was a pretty good weekend, Jordan. What about you?
I thought it was great. I was really proud of us. Really proud of the gals.
Yeah, proud of the Pats. All right, we're going to kick it off right in set one, but a little bit later in set one where things were a little tight on our end, but thankfully we were able to pull it out. Right now, we actually are going to be down 22-23 in the first set. Jewel with the deep tip. Real good.
Yeah. So good. Oh, and block.
This is sort of a free ball for us, which Erin lovely does a great job putting it right over. She definitely did her part throughout the match, kind of like mixing in her offense and everything like that. But that was a much needed point because it gave us a 23-23 and then eventually kind of led us to win the set, right?
Absolutely. And I think Jewel did a really nice job of like holding the blockers, and they keep thinking that they're going to set Jewel. And then Aaron just shoves it over. It was beautiful.
Which is exactly what we want. All right, so we're gonna head now into the second set for a couple of great plays there. The first one's really early in the set. It's only 5-2 at this point, and we're up. Which starts from a really good serve from Stephanie Durr.
Yeah.
And she, had a great weekend altogether, playing defense and serving exceptionally tough and really helping us out in those situations out of system.
Yeah, her and Mar were like relentless back there.
Which is exactly what we want from our liberos. They're just eating up every possible ball.
Caitlin Clark doing a really nice job of just keeping it in when it's chaotic.
Man, I thought Peyton was going to smash that on the 10-foot line, but it doesn't matter because we get the point.
Success. Peyton's like slide play in general is unstoppable at most times, and it is brutal for the other team.
Yeah, and I think to your point before, I think Mar and Steph just did such a good job all weekend long. We'll get to the Sunday match, but on Sunday, Mar had something like 25 digs. And so you could just tell how good they are back there together. And you'll see that certainly as we share even more points. So this next play is only a couple points later. We're still up, but George Washington's serving at us.
Good cover from Mar.
Really good cover. And Unita just coming in hot. All gas, no breaks. Again on the slide.
Peyton's like, run it every time.
Oh my gosh, so much hustle there. Like the layout from Caitlin and the follow from Mar is so good.
Yes.
Woo!
That's Aaron.
Aaron blocking it back onto the outside hitter's head. Yes. See how happy she was. And from our point of view, Jordan, I didn't even know it hit her. I thought
it went out of bounds too. And I was like, oh my God. And it was our point. I was like, whew, okay.
I think those are the ones that as coaches, we just really are so nervous. And then it turns out to be so great. And we're like, okay, it's fine. We've come back. The last play we're actually going to show from Saturday's match is a little bit further down into set 3 now. Both sets 1 and 2 were really tight, and we were able to thankfully have a bit of a cushion during set 3. Not that was, helpful because the Colonials kept coming really hard at us, but I think in this one, it was a great play for all of us.
Caitlin with the roof. Woo. It makes me appreciate all the blocking that we worked on the upcoming week, and it really paid out for her.
Yeah, and I think for Caitlin, who's a freshman, and she kind of told us, with some of the other freshmen, that blocking was one of the most technically hard things to pick up when she came into college. So I think it's definitely really rewarding when you see her specifically clamp down on somebody else.
Yes, we worked on it. Yeah.
It's that moment for you, Jordan, who works with the blockers all the time. That's just like, yes.
Like, success.
Oh my gosh. All right. So that was essentially, 3-0, kind of in the lead the whole time, battling back and forth, but that was quick as compared to Sunday, which is going to be a little bit more
of a nail biter. Really proud of our girls from Saturday. That was great.
Okay, Mason Nation, now we're going to take you into Sunday's 5-set thriller again against George Washington. Jordan, I don't know if you want to talk about how hard it is at times to play back-to-back matches against the same opponent.
Yeah, it's tough because once they see you the first time, they're able to really form a scouting report on you guys, really get to know what you did, how you scored against them, and then they can make adjustments. And so it's really tough seeing the same team back to back, and you might get a totally different team the second time you see them. So it's tough.
Yeah, I actually felt like our team was kind of a different team on Sunday. But I think it was kind of a balance. I think it was our defense was great on Sunday, as you'll see, and our offense wasn't as productive. But I think it's going to be fun. And, we won, which was the most important part. So let's take a look and start showing some of our best plays or most intense plays when it comes to Sunday's 5-set match again against GW. The first one's kind of late in the game. We had built a lead pretty steadily at this point, and we're going to be up 21-16, but the rally itself is pretty impressive.
I love that force from Aaron on the 3.
Yeah, and I think that, Mason Nation, you should definitely know that the middles and setters work really tirelessly to work on their connection, and so that is something we spend a lot of time on. And so getting them to see it, oh my God, that play from Mar is incredible right there.
Pancake.
Look at this. Look at that. We told you Steph and Mar do it all, but there's just another.
It's another level.
Oh my gosh. Through all the chaos, there's just, and although you can't hear it, there's tons of communication on the floor about what's going on.
Yes, Caitlin. And then it just Caitlin really threw off the defense on the other side by just throwing in a tip, and they're back on their heels expecting a really big swing, and then she just drops one in.
Yeah, I think it's nice, having Anita and Caitlin on the outside. They both have such heavy arms. They can really swing tough. And so when they do mix in the tips, it's definitely way, way harder for the opponent to figure out what's going on.
Absolutely. They just don't know what to expect from us.
All right, we are heading into set 2 now. This is going to be certainly a little bit more of a battle. We're actually tied at this point 7-7 in this set, and we're going to see, what the Patriots are going to bring. It's a tough pass from Anita. Ooh, but that force again.
Yes. Aaron did a really good job all weekend of just forcing our middles. Good block by Anita.
Look at that. The body's hitting the floor is exactly what we want. And then
it just crushes it home.
I don't know if you saw me film. As soon as Anita got the kill, woo! I think the big thing that probably a lot of people don't realize is that we shifted our whole offense heading into this weekend. We made it faster. And so that was something that the hitters had to adjust to and the setters had to adjust to. And although you just see one form of our offense, you do have to take into note that Grace Christophic behind the scenes is also doing the same thing as our other setter and our other pin hitters that we have on the bench, Taylor Terry, Katie Parmalee, who will eventually get in this game. They also are working in that first tempo, kind of fast-paced offense as well in practice.
Yeah, it's really tough to learn, but they did a really great job of it and just sticking with it all game and forcing it.
Yeah, for sure. Same set, only a couple points later, We're now up 10-9 with the serve.
Jewel Clark with the serve.
Jewel Clark.
I love when Jewel Clark serves. Hey!
Okay, I'm literally going to play this again for all you fans if you didn't catch what was seen. First of all, there's a middle serving. It's a weak rotation. For us, a great rotation. And then please watch Anita.
One
arm kill.
Body chop the ball.
That is not exactly something we practice. We'll take it. We will take it.
You can't teach talent.
You can't teach it. You just can't teach that move. Okay, now going back to regular volleyball. As we head now into set 3, I just can't get past Anita's play on that one. Anyways, okay, so we're heading back into set 3. We're down actually at this point. We're climbing back in at this. Steph Durr, amazing serving all weekend long, but we really struggled against their back row.
Yeah,
we did.
Taking up that tip all the way from right back.
I mean, GW, I give them a lot of credit. They played relentless defense just as much as we did.
They're insanely scrappy.
That slide just couldn't connect there. The triple block.
Triple block. Yes. They did a really good job of getting shoulder to shoulder and just clamping down on the pipe ball.
Yeah, and I think, George Washington, was doing a good job of really exposing us. We hadn't done a great job of getting our hands pressed well over the net, but I think in that situation we did. And I think honestly, leading up to that, it was the defense that got us in a position. I really wanted Peyton to score on that slide, but sometimes it just doesn't connect. So I was happy, getting a defensive stop. A point's a point, however it comes.
Exactly.
Which is totally fine with us. As coaches, we'll take it any which way. A point is going to happen, just like the play with Anita, the one before. All right, now we've taken the lead. It's 19-14. A great serve from Caitlin Clark. And a joust we should have won, in my opinion, but, we're back in the mix now.
Steph with a dig. Love it.
That you can really tell on that play, Erin is really forcing that tempo to Anita, just like she's going to get up with Peyton, who just...
This zero tempo crushes it home. Peyton is up early and swinging at a high contact point, and I just think we just catch the libero off balance, not ready for it.
Yeah, I think, Peyton has been so good in all 3 of her years here at Mason, and she's just really adapted. As teams in the A10 have become familiar with her, it has just been a credit to her how she's tried to diversify her game, adding the slide, being up earlier in zero tempo, all that kind of stuff, which is awesome for our middles and I think challenging for our opponents.
Absolutely.
Ooh, now we're really cranking it up. We're skipping the 4th set altogether and we're heading right into the 5th.
The nail biter 5th set.
The point for point, literally it was 4-5, 5-5, 6-6, 7-6. And then honestly, they started George Washington. We were able to come out with a bit of a lead and they came storming back. And so now this next point we're going to show is at the 10-10 mark, which honestly is just such a big play in the game.
Turning point for sure. It can be a turning point in the 5th set.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit. That was GW's middle who dug that ball, which is super impressive. But Caitlin there hitting the high hands ball is so good. We can watch that one more time. Out of system from Mar.
Mar just setting her up beautifully on that high ball.
And just like you said, it definitely was a turning point. I think that we needed that point to get ahead. And although they're going to come back, honestly, and take the lead again, every point in the 5th set that is super important.
Yeah, it definitely gave us momentum, which really helped us finish.
Right. And so now, oh my gosh, this is even crazier. We're going to go down to where they're up and it's 13-14. We're receiving. And we're just trying to tie it up. And it's just a constant back and forth. Katie Parmalee now in the game, which is awesome for us.
Yeah. And look at them with this dig. This coverage is incredible.
Oh my gosh, that is it. I mean, tying it up 14-14. We're going to watch that swing again. Caitlin with a huge up and this cover.
Yes. And they just can't send it back. And what I love about that is Katie's just taking big rips. Like, yes, the game is tight, but she's just taking big rips, just going for it every single time. And I think being aggressive in those situations is the best bet.
For sure. And of course, it then ended up working out in our favor. We ended up winning the match 16-14 in the fifth and starting off A10 play 2-0. We are now heading up north to Rhode Island this weekend. We play Saturday at 1 o'clock and Sunday at matinee, 11 a.m. Before we actually come back to the rack the following week for a non-conference game against Howard. Jordan, your final thoughts on this past weekend?
I'm really proud of us, and I'm really proud of the Patriots for sticking with the game plan that we locked in, and just even when the times were tough, they were just getting after it, full effort, relentless, and that's how we need to play every single game throughout conference play.
Yeah, I mean, our team has had some serious ups and downs all through January. We had some starts, we had some stops, and we even had just a challenging preseason. And now I think, this weekend was great. I think the sweep was great. I think honestly, going to a 5-setter with a rival like GW was awesome. And our team really fought through it. So gritty, so much heart in it. So it's exciting. And hopefully we'll be back next week talking about some more victories. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
So Mason Nation, we will see you soon. Thank you so much for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed the Patriots play
With A and J. Go Pats!
Go Pats. We'll see you next time.